Hello everybody and welcome along to another book review video. But this book review video is slightly different than my previous book review videos. Why? Because I'm going to be telling you about the world's most cursed and evil books. These books are meant to harness so much negative energy that they actually cause harm on people reading them or possessing them. So sit back, relax and enjoy the video, and if you like it, please give it a like and comment below and let me know what you think of it. Enjoy. Necronomicon is believed to harness the power to resurrect the dead. It was made popular in fiction by Gothic horror writer H.P. Lovecraft. What the title's rough translation means is an image of the law of the dead. Not only is it meant to harness all that evil, but it is also meant to be bound in human skin. The Necronomicon heavily features the H.P. Lovecraft character Cthulhu. The Necronomicon has gained notoriety in horror films The Evil Dead, Friday the 13th, and had many graphic novels made about it, and even featured in Archie Comics' Afterlife. If you're not afraid of being in the presence of this evil book, you can actually see it in real life by visiting Massachusetts Miskatonic University, where they have an unabridged copy of the Necronomicon. Untitled Grimoires. In 2013, an online bookseller sold a spellbook for a huge price of $13,865. As the book was put on sale, the bookseller put a warning that anyone who would purchase it who would be a non-believer who dabbled in the contents of the book, they would bring a fatal curse among themselves. The story behind grimoires, or witches' spellbooks, are believed to be burned if the witch dies. It is believed the book is meant to be burned long after the death of the witch who wrote it. The author of the grimoires was a high priestess of Wicca called Persephone Adrastida Irene. They were written sometime in the early 1960s. Irene was feared in her own coven, known as a very evil witch who would be avoided. The book contains various curses, enchantments, and spells. The book even has spells to perform exorcisms if the demons who are summoned go wrong. The first page of the book contains a written warning. To those not of the craft, the reading of this book is forbidden. Proceed no further, or justice will exact a swift and terrible retribution, and you will surely suffer at the hand of the craft. The buyer of the book is unknown. The Codex Gigas. The Codex Gigas is an epic volume dating way back to the 12th century. It is better known as the Devil's Bible. The book weighs a huge 157 pounds. This book is known to harbour so much negative energy it would make your average horror book seem like a Disney fairy tale. Legend has it that the Codex Gigas had been written by an ancient monk who had broken his vows. When the monk was judged for his crimes, his punishment was to be entombed behind a brick wall. The monk realized the night before he died he would not have any time left to finish it, so he summoned Lucifer to finish writing the book for him, in exchange of his soul. The book contains 19-inch drawings of Satan and other evil demonic forces and entities. The Book of the Sacred Magic of Abramelin the Mage, translated by S. L. MacGregor Matters. This is a 15th century book. This book is a three-part series of books about mystic arts. The book's author was Abraham Free-Sum Laennec. It developed a reputation very quickly after being translated to English in the year 1900. It was Abraham's belief that every single person on earth had their own personal demon. The book taught readers how to perform various rituals to bring their own personal demons under control. The book got its reputation for being cursed by people saying any person with a copy will be haunted by spirits from another realm. They will have a long string of bad luck that will eventually kill them. The Orphan's Story. The Orphan's Story is a classic story which is about a Spaniard who visits the Spanish Empire in South America with the aim to make a fortune. You might think this is a pretty harmless tale, but that's where you could be wrong, because the reason this book is viewed as so evil and cursed lies in the story of its author, Martin de Leon y Cardinez. It was written between 1608 and 1615. Martin was a monk who broke his sacred vow. The strange thing about this novel is it wasn't actually published until 2018. You might wonder, how did a book written between 1608 and 1615 not get published until 2018? The answer is, it was meant to have got published on lots of different occasions, but the publishers and people involved kept dying under strange circumstances. The deaths were caused by unexplained illnesses and car accidents.
Hello and welcome along to the Assassin Rapper, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a top 10 countdown of the world's most cursed objects. That's right, I'm going to be talking about the things scientists can't explain. Even the biggest skeptic can't find answers, and maybe it's a person's skepticism got themselves in trouble with a cursed object in the first place. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Let's start at number 10, and it is the Gettysburg Battle. The Gettysburg Battle was fought between July the 1st to the 3rd, 1863, in and around the town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, by Union and Confederate forces during the American Civil War. The battle involved the largest number of casualties of the entire war and is often described as the war's turning point due to the Union's decisive victory and concurrence with the siege of Vicksburg. The National Park Service celebrated its 100th anniversary lately, and the folks at Gettysburg National Military Park want to remind you not to take any stones from the park. Why? Well, for one reason, they're cursed. The cursed Gettysburg rocks came into the spotlight in a blog post by Maria Brady, a park ranger at Gettysburg. Brady writes that the park sometimes gets packages in the mail with people returning rocks they took, which is a violation of federal regulations and can result in $130 worth of fines and fees. She points out, and those packages usually have letters. In one letter sent to Gettysburg in the month of May, a man admits that he and his wife took 3 stones. We didn't know then how the removal of those stones would affect our lives, and we didn't know they were cursed, he wrote. The man then explained that he lost his wife, son, his job, and then went to prison. In another letter received, a repentant person explains that he or she is sorry for taking stuff from the site in 2006. Since then, I've had nothing but horrible times. Injured on the job, several surgeries, relationship failures, etc. So don't take any rocks, Brady writes. It's wrong and could affect the park, since over 1 million people visit it annually. She says if everyone took something, that would be a real problem, especially for the place's historic stone walls. Also, you might get cursed, she warns. Well, that's a good enough reason. Number 9 on the top 10 most cursed objects in the world is a very curious artifact called the Goddess of Death. Its real name is the Woman from Lem. The cursed artifact, which is a statue carved from pure limestone, was unearthed in Lem, Cyprus in 1878. No one knows what the statue exactly is. It was created around 3500 BCE. Some speculate it might have been served as a fertility statue for an unspecified goddess. They call it the Goddess of Death. As the story goes, the Woman from Lem statue has belonged to at least 4 different families, and each one has met an untimely fate. Lord Elephant was its first owner. After acquiring the statue, within 6 years, all 7 members of his family died. The second owner, Ivor Minucci, had a similar experience. He and his entire family died within 4 years. For a while after that, the statue vanished until it wound up in the hands of Sir Alan Beaverbrook. He, his wife, and their 2 daughters were the next to die. But before the seemingly cursed artifact could finish its dark work, Beaverbrook's 2 surviving sons donated the statue to the Royal Scottish Museum in Edinburgh, Scotland. To top off the mystery, the museum curator who handled the statue died within a year, and so it's at the Royal Scottish Museum where the Woman from Lem statue now rests, guarded from the world behind glass. Or should I say, we are guarded from it. Number 8 on the top 10 countdown of the world's most cursed objects is a painting that is meant to be haunted. The Hans System is a painting which was created by artist Bill Stoneham in 1972. It depicts a young boy and a female doll standing in front of a glass-panelled door, against which many hands are pressed. According to Stoneham, the boy is based on a photograph of himself at age 5. The doorway is a representation of the dividing line between the waking world and the world of fantasy and impossibilities, while the doll is a guide that will escort the boy through it. The painting became an urban legend and a viral internet meme in February 2000 when it was posted for sale on eBay, along with a description implying that it was haunted. Their eBay description made several claims that the painting was cursed or haunted. Included in those claims were that the characters in the painting moved during the night, and that they would sometimes even leave the painting and enter the room in which it was being displayed. Some people claimed that simply viewing the photos of the painting made them feel ill or have unpleasant experiences. Stoneham recalls that both the owner of the gallery in which the painting was first displayed and the art critic who reviewed it died within 1 year of coming into contact with the cursed painting. Number 7 is Anna Baker's wedding dress. In the mid-1800s, a young girl called Anna Baker fell in love with an ironworker. Anna was from a wealthy family, and the ironworker didn't suit her father's taste. Anna had organised a wedding and even bought a dress before her father had even discovered her relationship. As soon as he did, he forbid the relationship and wedding. From the day she was forbidden to get married, she had never married anyone and spent her whole life bitter and angry until her death in 1914. The wedding dress that Anna bought for her wedding that never was has been put on display in the old Baker mansion. The dress is known to blow, and some people might say it's from a draft, but the reality would say different, as the dress is displayed in an airtight glass cabinet. Number 6 is a painting that is probably one of the most creepiest haunting paintings in the world, and it is called The Crying Boy, which is a mass-produced print of a painting by Italian painter Giovanni Bragolin. This was the pen name of the painter Bruno Amarello. It was widely distributed from the 1950s onwards. There are a number of alternative versions, all portraits of tearful young boys.
The Codex Gigas is known as the Devil's Bible. This is not to be confused with the Satanic Bible. The Codex Gigas is probably one of the most famous and interesting books of the occult, and what is most mysterious about it is no one has ever really been able to know what it all means. The Codex Gigas is a giant book, and actually it is the largest extant medieval illuminated manuscript in the world, measuring at a length of 92 centimeters 36 inches. At the time there were many large illuminated Bibles, but this book was extremely large. In one page of the book, there is a full-page portrait of Satan, which is one of the reasons the book has become known as the Devil's Bible. The Codex Gigas was created in the early 13th century in the Benedictine monastery of Podiesis in Bohemia, which now is a region in the modern-day Czech Republic. The book is all written in Latin and contains the Vulgate Bible as well as a selection of other popular works. The Codex Gigas contains a selection of other popular medial works such as 2 books by Constantine the African, Josephus Antiquities of the Jews, etc. The Codex Gigas eventually found its way to the Imperial Library of Rudolf XI in Prague, where the entire collection was taken by the Swedish in 1648. The book was taken as spoils of war during the 30 Years' War. The Codex Gigas manuscript is now preserved at the National Library of Sweden in Stockholm, where it is on display for anyone to see. The Codex Gigas has a very unique binding style, which is wooden boards covered in leather with ornate metal guards and fittings at 92 centimeters 36 inch long and 50 centimeters 20 inches wide and 22 centimeters 8.7 in thick. It is the largest known medieval manuscript, weighing a whopping 74.8 kilograms. The manuscript is composed of 310 leaves of vellum claimed to be made from the skin of 160 donkeys or possibly calfskin. The illustration of the devil is what attracted a lot of attention to people. On one page there is a giant picture of the devil about 50 centimeters 20 in tall. Right across from the devil is a full-page depiction of heaven, which also contains images of good and evil. The Codex Gigas has a very interesting legend behind it. According to legend, the Codex Gigas was created by Herman the Recluse in the Benedictine monastery of Podiesis near Krudym in the Czech Republic. The most popular legend was meant to have been recorded in the Middle Ages. It suggests the manuscript was a monk who broke his monastic vows and was sentenced with the punishment of being walled up alive. In order to avoid his penalty, he promised to create in one night a book to glorify the monastery forever. He tried his best, but realized before midnight he could not complete the book and said a prayer. The prayer was not to God, but to the fallen angel Lucifer. He asked in the prayer to Lucifer help him finish the book in exchange for his soul. The devil completed the manuscript and the monk added the devil's picture to show the devil gratitude for his help. Experts say if a person was to recreate the work, it is estimated that reproducing the manuscript only the calligraphy without the illustrations or embellishments would have taken 20 years of non-stop writing.